Hello, and welcome to Rainmaster's series of training videos for Laguna software. In this Laguna training video, we will cover how to set up a new controller with the Laguna software. To add a new controller from the main Laguna screen, go to Setup and choose Controller. Click the New button. Enter the name, location, and address of the controller. The controller can be set up as a submaster or a satellite. To set up a submaster, use a 3-digit address. To set up a satellite, use a 2-digit address. Next, we need to plot the controller on the map. Click the Plot button to locate the controller on the map. It is possible to pan and zoom around the map using the arrow keys and plus and minus keys. Click the map at the desired controller location. A controller icon will appear on the map at the location. Click Apply, then OK. If the location is not accurate, it is possible to replot a controller at any time. If you do not plot a controller, it will be located at the same location as the central PC on the map. Now we need to specify by what method the Laguna PC and controller will communicate. Communication options available are Cellular Cloud Connect, Ethernet LAN, Base Radio Repeater, and more. Navigate to the Communications section. Users can choose either the Base Radio Repeater method, or, if using an alternative method, choose Other and select the communication method. If your desired communication method is not shown in the pull-down list, it needs to be assigned in the port settings. Let's review port settings. Press the Apply button to save your setup so far, then close the controller setup window. Go to Setup, Port Settings. From this menu, the user can choose the communication type, the number of retry attempts, and the computer's assigned serial port for that communication type. For example, if we had a base radio attached to COM1 of our PC, we would select those options in the first line, port 1. To set up Cloud Connect, please watch our Cloud Connect video available on the Laguna YouTube channel. Communication types include hardwire base radio, phone modem, modem to modem, serial Ethernet CDMA, wired LAN, SS radio, and Cloud Connect. Click OK when done. Let's return to the controller setup window. Now select the desired communication type and port. For serial Ethernet, SS radio, and wired LAN, you must enter the IP address of the computer. For phone modem or modem to modem, you must enter the modem's phone number. Now, set the controller to either online or offline availability. Controllers can only communicate with the Laguna PC when set in online mode. Let's move to the Controller Constraints section of the menu. Choose what type of controller you are adding. Either an Evolution, a DX2, or a DX3. Controller constraint options will vary depending on what type of controller is selected. For this video, I'm going to select a DX3 controller. If some or all of the initial setup of the irrigation controller was done at the irrigation controller, certain controller settings can be quickly uploaded to Laguna by clicking the Get Setup button. Those settings include flow options, omit by date, MV type, and more. Once on-screen values change, click the Apply button to save. Now set the station capacity, max GPM, and max stations on Settings. The station capacity is the actual number of stations attached to the controller. This setting can be set at the Laguna computer or the controller. the settings can be uploaded from the controller to Laguna. Keep in mind, this does not go both ways. It is not possible to download this setting from Laguna to the controller. The max GPM is the maximum flow that the irrigation system can source on the main line. And the max stations on is the maximum number of stations your irrigation system can activate at one time. For example, the DX3 controller can activate up to 16 stations at one time. Due to your actual irrigation system's hydraulic limits, you might only be able to activate 4 stations at a time. Set that number here. Once values are entered, click the Apply button to save. Let's move to the microclimate setup. It is possible to use one source for the weather inputs for the controller, or specify different sources for ET, rain, and wind. The default selection is use same microclimate for ET, rain, and wind. That allows only one source selection. To use different sources, such as Zip ET and an on-site tipping bucket, uncheck the default selection and use the drop-down menus to make a selection for each source. It is possible to add new sources or sensors to these drop-down menus. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Rainmaster YouTube channel to receive updates on future video releases for Laguna software.